So ADA as of late has been in a correction, and as you guys know, I mentioned in my previous update that I was looking out for a WX Y structure to the downside, where ADA had the potential to tap into this range between 81.57 cents to 83.09 cents. And since then, we did see a pump to the upside, where we ended up reaching past this level at 90.25 cents, which then confirmed that momentarily, at least, we were bullish. But then we did get rejected within this region, given that people were taking profits, and that then led to this deep move to the downside, where we ended up reaching 78.73 cents. And so we ended up exceeding past this typical range. But as it stands right now, it looks like we had a corrective move as opposed to an impulsive move that played out. So very quickly, if I bring in the Fib tool and bring this to 93.86 cents. And so what you can see is we exceeded the 1.236 level, but we failed to retrace towards the 1.618 level, which tells me that as it stands right now, we have a corrective move that played out as opposed to an impulsive move. Now, of course, if we do see a deep move to the downside where we then retrace towards this level, that'll then trigger a fiber structure, which could then mean that we see a further push to the downside. And so what I'll do is I'll drop down to the hourly chart just so I can get a better understanding as to what's taken place within this recent move here. And so if I remove this and remove some of this, and what I'll do is I'll bring in the new Fib tool and bring this to 90.65 cents. And so yeah, here you can see that we ended up exceeding past the typical range for the Y wave, which is anywhere between 1 to 1.226, and we exceeded the 1.618 level. And so it looks like we have a 5-wave structure that's in play right now, where we had this move to the downside that formed wave 1, and this formed wave 2, and then we could see a wave 3, 4, and 5. And so right now it looks like ADA is within this wave 4, which typically retraces anywhere between 23.6% to 50% of the wave 3. So if I bring in the Fib tool once again and bring this to here, so you can see that that range sits between 81.39 cents to 84.48 cents, which we've tapped into. And so at any given moment, we could see a reversal to the downside where we can then begin to track the wave 5. And you can also see that the wave 5 has the potential to breach past this level at 78.18 cents. And so if we do so, that would also further confirm that we have a deeper corrective move that's in play. So if I go back to the 4-hour chart, what we could have forming right now is a bigger WX structure, where this structure here formed the W wave, and this move to the upside formed the X wave, and we could see one final push to the downside to form the Y wave. So once again, if I bring in the Fib tool and bring this to 95.4 cents, and so ADA has the potential to go even deeper towards this range between 68.73 cents to 73.17 cents. And you can also see that we do have the buy order block that's shaded in blue that sits within this region. And so it is possible that we see a deeper move to the downside where we then tap into this range. And then we see that reversal to the upside where ADA can then tap into this range between $1.09 to $1.20. And it is worth noting also that we did meet the minimum requirement, which sits at 80.97 cents, as you can see. And so we more or less found support at the 70.2% retracement level. So given the fact that we met the minimum requirement, it is possible that we see a reversal to the upside. And so that will be the bullish case where we bottomed out at this level. And then we could see that reversal to the upside. But of course, we need further confirmation. And one of the confirmation that we'll need is for ADA to first and foremost breach past this level at 95.4 cents, and then breach past this level here at $1.02. And it's also worth noting that on the 4-hour chart, we are within the oversold conditions. And the same can be said on the 8-hour chart and on the daily chart. And so as it stands right now, it looks like the bears are slowly starting to lose that momentum. And so despite short term being bearish, I'm still bullish in the midterm and in the long term. But of course, I will be tracking the charts and I will be keeping you guys updated. And so yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit that like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.